Hello, Wisdom Room. Hello, Toastmasters, family and friends. What if you were born in a miracle land? Where miracles happened every day and you just expect them. My friend Kenshin was from a place like this, Tibet, land of snow and miracles. His full name, His Holiness Kenshin Palden Sherab Rinpoche, which means abbot, great teacher, precious jewel, spontaneous, glorious one, was born in 1938 in a small village in Tibet. And when he was born, they say his mother felt no pain. Miracle number one. And a huge migration of birds landed in the city, and they were just singing. Miracle number two. Everyone said was a very auspicious sign. But then the child became gravely ill, and the parents sent for the doctor. And miracle number three, he's also the most high spiritual man in the village. And he's practicing Tibetan medicine, of course. And he holds the child in his hand, in his arms, and he looks up into the sky. And then he hands the child back to his parents and says, "It's going to take more than that to kill this old Nagpa." And they go, "What are you talking about?" And they say, "He is the reincarnation of a great saint, and he's going to be very beneficial for all beings, and especially for Buddhism." So you see, in this land, they see you from life to life to life to life to life, without interruption, like you would go to the closet and select new clothes that day. You just choose a life and then another life and another life and another life. They don't even have a word for death. Parinirvana, which means, we say entering heaven. That's totally not right. It's entering the stream of energy consciousness, pure positive energy. And then back into physical life, and then back into non-physical life, and then back into physical life. Miracle number, whatever number that is. They can recognize you from your previous life. I know that man. He was my teacher. So Kenshin entered the monastery at age 4. And then at age 14, he was invited to the most prestigious monastery in Tibet for higher studies. And he was recognized as a great teacher, as a teenager. But at 18, his studies were interrupted because of the invasion of the Chinese. And it was very dangerous to be a monk. 1.7 million Tibetans were murdered in between 1950 and the early 80s. And a large number of them were monks. So he met his family. His father had already decided to leave Tibet because he knew he wouldn't be able to continue his Buddhist traditions under the Chinese. So it was Kenshin, then 18, his father, his mother, his younger brother, who was 6 years old, his 2 younger sisters, one 14 and one was just 2 years old. It took them 5 years to go from Tibet to India. They had to travel primarily at night, and they had to cross the Himalayas. So every Tibetan that you meet in this country or anywhere has had to walk over the Himalayas, or their parents did. I traveled with Kenshin in India years later, and I met a monk who had just walked over the Himalayas. And he said he had walked past a whole family frozen in the snow. But Kenshin's family made it. At one point, he almost died because he was walking on some thin ice, and the ice broke, and he went right through into this raging river. And his father reached out And his arm grew incredibly long, like a rope being thrown to him, and pulled him out of the middle rushing river and brought him back to shore. So they made it to India. And in India, his mother and two sisters died from the exertion, the disease in India. But the father went on and he became also a monk, as it was his dream. The leaders of Tibet in exile set up a central Tibetan university to teach Buddhism, and Kenshin was their founding abbot. And he taught for 17 years as the head abbot of this University of Higher Buddhist Teaching. And he taught 13 classes a day. Until I met him, he came to New York in 1983. He was asked to come to oversee a small center for Buddhism in the Village in New York City. And that's where I met him. And he told me, shortly after I met him, that he was going to establish temples all over the United States. And I looked at him. He was penniless. He had pretty much nothing. And no connections. Brand new in town. And I didn't believe him. And I was so totally wrong. He had the one connection that counted. He was still connected to that source energy that he came from. That all-powerful, wise creator of worlds. He just knew it was flowing through him. And he was confident that whatever he thought of would happen. He built a beautiful center in upstate New York that holds 400 people and has a huge dormitory. People can study there all year round, as well as in Florida, in Tennessee, in California, and 2 in India, and another in Russia. Beautiful monuments, beautiful temples, beautiful grounds. And he always said, be happy, be happy, be happy, be peaceful, be happy. And he taught us meditation, to meditate on these deities. Oh, there were an infinite variety of deities. Meditation, and then at the meditation, you're seeing the deity there, and you're here, and the energy is flowing between you, and then the deity comes right into your body, and it's you. And it never was separate from you in the first place. It's like recognizing your own power in nature. And the way to stay connected is not to worry, be happy. It's simple, but that's how he did it. He never worried about where the funds were going to come from or how he was going to do this. He just went on doing what he loved doing, which was teaching Buddhism, and it all came to him. So, this is what I learned from Kenshin. You are the miracle. The miracle is every moment. And connecting, trusting in this higher self that is you in every moment. There's nothing to worry about. It's all good. It's all happening now, in this moment.